city, the goal is to address growing urbanization challenges with a digital framework. The framework is an intelligent network of connected objects and machines that transmit data using wireless technology and the cloud.
A village with electricity and high-speed internet is already smart.
Smart cities can improve energy distribution, streamline trash collection, decrease traffic congestion, and even improve air quality with help from the Internet of Things.
The right leadership with the right vision, I think, can be able to deliver and change some of our cities to smart cities.
PROGRAMOS Foundation is today a major advocate for the development of smart and connected communities and cities in Nigeria. The COVID-19 pandemic devastated the world, but it has also demonstrated just how much digital innovations are needed to serve the society. Innovations that make the people smarter, better connected, healthier, precipitating solutions that have a positive impact and relevant local content. Amos Emmanuel, chairman of PROGRAMOS Foundation, constant refrain is that change does not happen on its own. It is influenced by people who innovate. He is always calling and urging innovators to rise and occupy leadership positions in every part of the world, particularly in Nigeria. He is a firm believer that the world innovation cannot be complete without leadership contribution from Africa and especially Nigeria. PROGRAMOS Foundation Africa, tapping into the growing
Good afternoon, Amos.
digital awareness.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you.
Well done.
Very, very,
Good afternoon,
very
Ken.
impressed.
Yes, please.
Mhm. Right, thank you so very much, sir. Yeah,
Well done.
I can see Mr. Ken, that's Rainbow.
Well done, Ken.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ken. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good
Well
afternoon.
done. No.
So we'll just give like 2 more minutes. I know my people
Okay.
they'll be trading and doing this. The market extended into anything.
Correct.
So we wanted to just buy into the closing time of the market.
No problem.
Right. So I'll just give like 2 more minutes, just about 2 more minutes. So
Okay, no
we'll
problem.
get started.
No problem.
I'll just continue with the documentary.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we've been studying
Liver.
all the
Yeah,
new features you've had.
Yeah. Oh, no. We'll have
sorry,
an
go on.
idea. We'll be having the main reason for today is that all these things are happening, and very little are we speaking with leadership. Very, very little that we are speaking with leadership, and it's important that at this stage we need to be able to crack the journey. Let's even know what exactly it is there and what our preparation is. It's not even about that IT man. It won't be about that compliance person. It will be more about sometimes we are on the top seat. What is there that is to change? What is your own role? It won't be about programmers, you understand? So these are the main issues. If it was those years when I was younger, I know I do hold the yearly annual event for CEOs, where we actually put this together. But very soon, alongside this journey, we'll be able to see how these things will be renewed. But it's important this engagement is offered so that we all know where we are, and you can at your own level know how to, enforce some of these things, because we, as providers, can't enforce anything. Obviously, we can't.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just get started so that this event won't have too much time, and obviously there will be videos for everybody. But then I just feel in the minute or two we should We'll have some serious listening. Let me just still kick on the documentary for about 2 minutes more. This is 35. I know people are trading. I was relating with the MD of Express Portfolio. The man is trading currently, but then he will, he will get to that.
Amos Emmanuel, Chairman, Chief Software Architect for PROGRAMOS Software Group, is a prolific software designer and entrepreneur. He has served as ICT backbone to numerous financial institutions in Nigeria with over 25 years' experience automating and maintaining more than 100 capital market operator organizations in Nigeria and Ghana with the multiple award-winning Cloudintegra. He is the UN World Summit Awards eminent national expert for Nigeria. PROGRAMOS Foundation is engaged in significant work. It is helping Africa harness the power of technology. It is teaching Africa to innovate. The impressive and groundbreaking work that PROGRAMOS Foundation has pioneered is particularly important in the light of the United Nations UN Decade of Action on the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). The Decade of Action calls for accelerating sustainable solutions to all the world's biggest challenges, ranging from poverty and gender to climate change, inequality, and closing the finance gap. Technology promises to play a larger-than-life role in this quest. PROGRAMOS Foundation, through its work, offers Africa a huge chance and gives her a massive advantage. PROGRAMOS Foundation may well be Africa's linchpin. Two important segments of PROGRAMOS Foundation's multi-pronged approach include the Innovation Bed Africa and Smart City Project. Innovation Bed Africa is playing a strategic role in identifying and promoting indigenous solutions. Since it emerged on the scene, Innovation Bed has made steady progress. Today, it is a go-to organic platform for startups' incubation and multiplication. Without a doubt, Innovation Bed SDGs framework offers Africans a community-based collaborative hub in the areas of mentorship, innovation capacity, development, and entrepreneurship. Indeed, the emergence of an entrepreneurial bespoke IT ecosystem is perhaps the best way to precipitate the growth of the ICT sector with the development of relevant and functional solutions. The way Innovation Bed works is to constantly explore the relationship between technology and broader social issues. Everywhere Africa appears to be behind, Innovation Bed has become a bridge builder, an aggregator, and facilitator. It is spearheading efforts to contribute to efforts to build a digital ecosystem for innovation development in Africa. Innovation Bed has incredible long-standing strategic initiative research partners, including the Global Digital Foundation, ICT4, SIDS, Info Poverty World Conference, Oparazone Global, and Amiable UN World Summit Awards, WSA, eminent national experts from over 180 countries.
Hey, Right. So I think we'll just get started right now. Okay. Any other one? Members of the community will join us very soon. Okay. So my chairman, sir, Mr. President, NGX Group.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for the great honor. And I'm very impressed that even before now, you've been part of my projects in the past, even at the UN or anywhere I host. And I'm happy today. The main business of today is to see how we can engage the rest of the market today for us to be able to envision what we feel and what we expect ahead of tomorrow so that we are not taken by surprise and perhaps thinking certain things are going to happen without man's intervention. That things have changed around the world does not mean that we lost our, we actually will lose our position in the change. We are actually and must be a part of the change. And that is where even as a stock exchange, even as a regulator, we need to play our role in the chain of change, which is why and the purpose of my talk today will bank on. And as we welcome the rest of the brokers in the market today I will expect CEOs of my user firm, CEOs of my non-user firms, because we brought everybody. Today is a CEO event. And of course, we'll be expecting CEOs of the industry. I also expect even my competition. I expect the CEO of InfoWare. I expect the CEO of even AdSoft, because we shared these extensions to everybody, because the goal of the market development is not about programmers, it's not about me, and actually must rest this among every one of us in Nigeria, because we have defended the indigenous development of Nigeria. If I've done it for 30 years, I'm also happy so many other people have actually put in their best in doing this. And that is why if you can compare the Nigerian capital market or even several other parts of the African ecosystem, there are no foreign influx. You don't find foreign solutions playing our role in Africa. Please go look at that out. I work from Nigeria, I service Ghana, and I, of course, plan for other African economies, and Stanbic Bank in Ghana has been on my product for the past 16, 17 years. So it is equally Nigeria that Africans are engaging this, and we're happy for the indigenous engagement, and we are happy to still do this. Even after 30 years, we are still building. So thank you so very much, sir. And your word at this time opened the floor for me, and I can actually take engagement of the market CEOs as of today. Don't forget that tomorrow I'll be talking with administrators from across the firms, and next tomorrow I'll be talking with all operations person, brokers, and any other back office personnel of any stockbroking firm. When I'll be doing that from tomorrow. Thank you so very much, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Okay. Thank you very, very much, my very good friend Amos. Let me first of all say good afternoon to the distinguished CEOs here, some of our market leaders, like the way you said, the InfoWare, some of your competitors. I don't see them as competitors, see them as collaborators for the growth of our market.
Exactly.
And to say that I'm proud of all our local service providers for what we have done over the years, especially the consistency that programmers have shown for over 30 years. So members of the capital market community, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to join you today and delighted to welcome you all to this CEOs, Programmers CEOs Executive Virtual Workshop. And I would like to begin by congratulating my very good friend, Amos in particular, and Programmers Software Group in general on the remarkable milestone of the 30 years anniversary. Like Amos have said at the beginning, today the main reason is for the service providers to speak with the leadership, our role as CEOs, so that we know exactly what is being expected for us. I know that we are all very busy executive, but it's important that we know where we are and where we are heading to, what we need to do to make some enforcement with our compliance officers, with our IT officers in our offices, because the service providers cannot enforce. So today is not about IT, it's not about issue of the compliance officer, it's about the CEOs. So 3 decades of sustained relevance in technology of programmers is no small achievement. It reflects resilience, innovation, and an enduring commitment to supporting the growth of Nigeria's capital market. I commend Amos, the entire leadership team, and everyone who has contributed to this journey. Across the world, the capital markets are undergoing profound transformation. Artificial intelligence, automation, cloud technologies, data analytics, cybersecurities are no longer emerging trends. They have become fundamental drivers of how markets operate, how institutions manage risks, and how investors assess opportunities. For us, the market operators, the conversation is no longer whether technology should be adopted. The real question is how quickly organizations can adopt while preserving the integrity, transparency, and trust upon which every successful capital market depends. As leaders, we are all called upon to strike the right balance between innovation and responsibility. While technology can significantly improve efficiency, speed, and customer experience, it must always be underpinned by sound governance, effective controls, and robust risk management. Innovation delivers its greatest value when it strengthens confidence rather than compromises it. At Nigeria Exchange Group, we have witnessed firsthand the transformative power of technology in expanding our market access, improving operational efficiency, and enhancing the overall investor experience and confidence. Initiatives such as our digital capital raising through the NGS Invest and our continued investment in market infrastructure reflect our conviction that technology is indispensable to building deeper, more competitive, and more inclusive capital markets. However, technology alone does not transform institutions. Leadership does. As chief executives, the responsibility rests with us to cultivate organizations that are agile enough to embrace change, disciplined enough to manage emerging risks, and visionary enough to anticipate the opportunities of tomorrow. The quality of our leadership will determine whether technology becomes merely a tool or a genuine catalyst for sustainable growth. That is why conversations such as this are so valuable. They provide an opportunity for market leaders to exchange ideas, challenge assumptions, and collectively prepare for the future of our industry. As Nigeria continues its journey towards becoming one of Africa's leading investment destinations, collaboration between technology providers like Programos, market operators like us, regulators like our SEC and our NGS RECO, and industry leaders will be essential. No single institution can drive this transformation alone. Progress will depend on the strength of our partnerships and our shared commitment to innovation, resilience, and market development. I therefore encourage every participant today to engage actively in our discussions, ask the difficult questions, and consider how the insights shared can be translated into practical actions within our organizations. Once again, I congratulate my very good friend, the Chief Software Architect, Amos Emmanuel, and the Programmers of Group on the 30 years of excellence, and to thank you for the innovation. And I wish us all a productive and insightful workshop. Thank you very much, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you so very much, dear. Thank you so very much, Dr. Omar Kwaranga, President NGX Group. In fact, I'm actually so happy every time you've been at several of my events in the past, whether local, whether in you of course together. Know in Nigeria there's nothing I can do anywhere internationally. At the United Nations, OCAM as an institution commends you so highly.
We are proud of you.
Even in my role as the World Summit Awards National Expert for Nigeria in volunteerism for 17 years, the world is happy about the growth of the Nigerian capital market. So thank you ladies and gentlemen, and maybe if I may just hear, let me just know which houses are with me. I can see Madam Mrs. Mafolabi. Please just introduce yourself mildly while I just pick on my paper. Let's say hi to the president.
Bolaji Afolabi, Nene, and who again? Yes, I can see her. I can see Bolaji raising her hand.
Yes, yes. The floor is yours, madam.
I can see Dave Enejo. I can see Ken Obo, Moses,
yes.
Nene,
Yes,
HP.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
you. You know, sometimes they don't want us to see their beautiful faces.
Yes,
so we can hear the sweet voices. If we cannot even see the beautiful faces. Me and Amos have shown our faces.
Please,
how ugly our faces are. Well done,
Thank
HP.
you.
Well done, Kenobo.
Yeah, please, just a brief introduction. So I'll just get to you. I'm so happy. I'm happy to have you around. And in fact, this great honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Amos, Alaji Karenga, good afternoon. This is Mrs.
Thank you,
Dada.
Nelly.
Oh, Mrs.
Prominent securities.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you for
Madam.
joining. Thank you for
I'm
joining.
so sorry I
I'm so
came in
grateful.
late.
I just never got it from Nene.
I'm so sorry
In
I came
fact,
in late. But I
before
appreciate
you sound a
our
word, madam,
chairman's.
Madam,
I
before you sound a
appreciate his
word,
speech.
Madam, before you sound a word, I want to tell the world, Prominent Securities and Mrs. Modupe Dada was my #1 client after the automated trading system in 1997. And
Excellent.
I'm so proud of her to be here at this session of my 30th language. Madam, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Amos. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank
My
you,
able
madam.
chairman, we appreciate you, sir.
Thank you very, very much, Dada. We are together. We are together.
We are blessed to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We don't have option. We have to push this market.
Yes.
I was at the
We
London
have
Stock
to.
Exchange last week. The first question they asked me, what are you doing at the Nigerian Stock Exchange that is different?
Yes.
I told that Oyibo man, I said,
You
thank God that today nobody is asking about the challenges in Nigeria. People are trying to copy what we are doing in Nigeria.
Yes.
So
It
I'm
will
proud of all of
continue.
you. It's a collective work. We must move this market forward.
Yes. Well, I thank God. I thank God for you, sir.
Yes.
Really.
Thank you, madam. Please, can we take another one, another message? Mr. Ken?
Obo.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir, for joining us. It's an honor to be here. So, I was interested in what you just said. So, who was the person asking you about what we're doing as the stock exchange and in the trading?
They were here last week. If you have seen the papers, we were at the London Stock Exchange. So we went. I was on a panel at the London Stock Exchange. So one of the first question the moderator asked me, he said, "What is Nigerian Stock Exchange doing?
Wow,
that is different? That you have not turned around this institution within 3 years?"
Wow.
I say, first of all, before I answer you, let me say thank God that today people are not talking about negative things about Nigeria. People are talking about positives. And people are talking positive about the Nigerian Stock Exchange. That's why when this FTSE brought out their paper, when we sat down with them, I said, let's be on the same level. T+1 is being operated in US, is being operated in Malaysia, is being operated in other jurisdictions. What is different from us? So Nigeria cannot achieve that within that short period. Is that what you are saying? If you are operating those markets, what is different from here? I say, okay, we have implemented, it's working. Come and join us so that we can move forward. Today, our market is 80% local, 20% foreign.
Wow.
Well, we want you foreign investors to come in, but we are not relying on you people going forward. Our pension fund operators have reached a level whereby we can sustain our market. We have the highest returns of investment all over the world.
Yes. In
Come
fact,
and join us.
We beat even South Korea in July.
Correct. So we thank God. They all kept quiet. I said, let's hear your concerns. T1 has come to stay. We are going to move forward. And with the software providers like Amos and the rest, it's just a matter of time. We can compete with any other market in this world.
Thank you so very much.
Wow.
Yes, in fact, I think we want to continue like that. We won't. All right. So please, before any other comments, I think let me just take the floor and share my message for all of you. The videos will be available. Will be available on all our channels, and let me just take this position to channel some efforts towards the direction of today's workshop. And please permit me to share my screen again. In doing so, I once again thank the President NGX for his support always. And let me confirm if you can see my screen. Right. So this today, when we talk about quantum shift, what it is, the reason why I had to give my application quantum is because today, if you look backwards, people have been to the moon. They never actually use our BRT nature buses to travel to the moon. You understand? It was actually a major leap. It was actually a quick leap. It was a fast one. And today, the Nigerian capital market shifted. Not just that today, it has started to shift many times ago, a long time ago. But at the same time, quite so much is there for every chief executive, particularly. And why my reason for chief executive is because you lead that organization. So many things actually happen under you. And it is important you are on top of things, on top of the game. Now, as things even shift, we're going to sense that it's not just about your work. The technology is there. Do you know that even the technology even needs the internet to shift? You know, the internet itself that we are banking on has, in fact, it's shifted. Let me not say it's shifting. It's actually shifted. That today I'm happy to be the CDO, that's the Chief Data Officer for the Africa Cybersecurity Task Force, which some of them were, some of the founders were supposed to join me here today. And what that simply tells us is that even the internet protocol that we used to have before, which was common as IPv4, has lost all its addresses. So IPv6 is now available. This IPv6 is now calling for additional attention. So much to expect with the IPv6. And this technology is brand new. It's not as if it's new. Several ecosystems and economies have actually imbibed this technology. And look at us as the capital market. All the things like what has it cost us to come up with our new version this year, we had to leverage the IPv6 technology going forward. And if you are not aware, it may not be too okay that all this is happening and you are not aware. And that is the essence of my executive briefing today. All right. One, I give credit to all my customers, everybody. I can't even list everyone available here. Those that are available, those that can get the logos are just what we have here. And a galaxy of the rest and more of them, whether within or some other countries, I know that in the last 30 years, and my prominent securities, I'm so sorry, I didn't even put, in fact, I'll go and put it back, madam. Thank you so much. Now, for today's business, we have actually had the chairman give us the opening. We'll take some goodwill messages much later when I'm done, and the paper actually starts this way. That it's been 3 decades, and within the 3 decades, there's almost been 3 eras. That era where stockbroking was sheer brick and mortar. We know what it was, a lot of paperwork. Was it just at the markets? We knew where we were, the noise we have to make to close the businesses and perhaps even now to close the deals and close the markets and all that. The digital era, a lot of struggle. We've come from Cloudintegra, Integra 2000 plus, we've gone to Webstone. Now we're talking about what in this area, and now we're talking about AI-boosted processes and the quantum era. So this now calls for a lot and a market under pressure and full of opportunities. Same pressure, but look at it, full of opportunities. Under rising threats, cyber fraud increasingly targets financial platforms across every market, not only the largest institutions. Now, clients now expect instant mobile-first service. At the default, not the exception. Regulatory scrutiny is tightening across NGX members firms, with now compliance mandates arriving faster. Legacy infrastructures, strain under transactional volumes. Today we begin to see transactions like from 2,000 per day, per house. So how do you even process? Processing time, processing logic, we'll talk about it. Now, where the opportunity sits, firms that modernize now earn the trust of digitally native investors first. AI-boosted operations lower cost to serve, even as volumes keep growing. And we say that whatever we promise may not necessarily interpret into manpower increment, quite frankly, and that is the bitter truth. It's not. The logic of automation will not be by a lot of additional manpower increment, because a lot of things have changed around this. Automation compliance turns a regulatory burden into a competitive edge. Early movers set the pace, and rest market is forced to match. Now, even the internet, as we started with, beneath us is changing. The global IPv4 address space is effectively exhausted. ISPs, mobile networks, and financial infrastructure worldwide are migrating to IPv6. And this transition sits directly beneath every feature discussed today. The IPv4 today's constraint is that a finite, largely exhausted pool of global addresses. Today, there are no more. But IPv6 is now a ledger. In fact, what we used to call the superhighway was not even the superhighway, that there's something bigger and better than the superhighway we were envisioning before. So this is actually where Cloudintegra's networking layer is built within the IPv6 readiness. Okay, now IPv6 are the future of global finance. Financial institutions, mobile-first banking, stockbroking across Africa depends on every phone, wallet, and agent device, having a stable, addressable connection. Real-time payments, the CBDCs and settlements, an early mover advantage. So if you actually do not that one that actually understands this at the early stage, at this time now we're still talking about next year, stockbroking changed. It's going to be a different ballgame entirely. Even as designers, like, of course, we can never be thinking of what we are thinking now to be thinking about this in subsequent years. So the quantum shift for the quantum Cloudintegra is about the intelligence, it's about the automation, it's about the access, it's about the foundation. And do you know what we've done? If I have 10 customers, we have built a layer for all these 10 customers. What we just need to do in this meeting and in communications is just to communicate to every customer. Please, we have moved you from the brick and mortar. We've taken you to beyond where you were before. And now, if you must be that, you must be mobile enabled, you must be this enabled, you must be that enabled, and you must be at par with the foundation of IPv6. It means that we have, at this moment, we have actually factored every customer, no matter how big or small, that you have that minimum, as we're going to see very soon. Now, what's new? At a glance, the quantum impact processor, we had to go change the logic of a trade processor. Do you know that if you had a busy day of about 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 to process a trade can take you almost a whole day before now? But what we had to do with quantum computing is that it's like if you clap, so much can happen under a clap. The sound of that clap, and that is exactly the kind of things that took people to moon. It wasn't the long hours or timing of driving between one chart to get into the moon via a vehicle or something. So impact processing, what it does is that it does matrix interpretation of your business data. Your business data today, whether it's a buy, whether it's a sell, the concessions of customers, the various customer categories, whether you are individual, you are corporate, whether you are custodian, whether you are PFA, and the logic around the mathematics of the computation of your businesses, what the system does is that it first addresses and creates all these things and builds a business object around them. And when it builds a business object, it turns everything into a business matrix. And you know what? When you say start, it looks at the different journey. It does not start row by row. Instead, it prepares and produces your matrix in processing. And that is the quantum impact. That's exactly what Cloudintegra does now. So with that, we've gained a lot on time, and there is no such volume that we cannot entertain as we speak and going forward. And why I had to do this, I said I had to share with the general public, is that we begin to know what about this time is minimal. And we should also be able to prepare your mind as to what tomorrow, when you begin to see them, you can say that, oh, I had this behind, and there are already processes that are already doing. So it's not new that we have to think in this area. Now, agentic stockbroking is all there. Artificial intelligence has brought us what we call the AI agents. AI agents and agentic processes is a framework that will do your stockbroking in the manner you never imagined. You can never imagine it. But guess what? All these processes, how are you a part of it? And we'll come to that, because several of your operation requires that, and regulators have also sensed the need for you to be part of the AI-boosted processes. The next talked about closed instruments. Recently we had some sessions with the NGX where they were telling us about some market instruments that are closed, and there are rules around these two processes. What are these rules? The exchange says that 1, 2, 3, 4 instruments are closed. Don't forget that if they are closed, it means that the access is only to privileged investors. What that simply means is that these privileged investors have to undergo some pre-qualification process. Now we have given a module that does that pre-qualification, and we to let you know. And when we're engaging the exchange, we saw that the knowledge, even at the trading license holder, was far too shallow, that they didn't even know what all that was about. So we've actually been developing and developing and developing, but going back to the market, they don't even understand some of these things. And that is why this market engagement, I have spent more on education this year, just because of this direction. Because if the direction is not with people who know it, who am I going to serve? And please bear with me. This is why we have been doing this, and we are still engaging from the next 2 days on operations staff. So the close area now, we now have what we call, apart from the fact that we have a new OMS, we now have a module for closed instrument pre-qualification and all that. We have the cash flow interest dispatch, we have the statement and valuation dispatch, which by the exchange rule today, all staff must get monthly statements. So that means that every time today, I need to just be sure that my customer balances are intact, and when it is end of month, I'm not going to wink. I can be sure that the customer can get a balance and is happy with it, because your business is not about you, it's actually about those customers. Now, the Quantum Stock Central mobile app is actually that infrastructure that we've actually put in place. We're happy a few houses have started, and I'm going to show you the framework of what it is. And based on the experience we've had before, newer members, when they want to start, is the time for them to kick off on the mobile is shorter, because we've gone through all the necessary rules. All we need to do to take them to the Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store. And of course, all the rules as a Nigerian, you must register your corporate identity with the DONS. No, a DONS is an organization is where you need to be able to have that licensed. And once you have that, the Google Play Store will be able to allow you to put your store, and your customers can be able to trade from there. Then, of course, we have what we call recommendation. Please do not compare this recommendation as something that you hear some of the young Yahoo boys you hear today say that, oh, I've built an AI trader. You can sleep. I'm sure you see some of these things on the internet very soon. But sometimes for a very weak regulator, they can actually use this to hack and deal with the entire capital market ecosystem. Now, the rule is, if I need to build, for me, I have a research background in equity. And if we tap into this like we have done, and we have provided this, I'm going to partner with my clients on this product. And what this simply does is that it does automatic stock record analysis, recommendations, and it does everything. And for every account that subscribes for that service, he sends them their recommendations on a daily basis, and so on. Then we talk about the orders management system, where they can trade on their own, and of course, something we call the Data Lake Foundation. You see, before now, you don't forget that you pay annual market data. You have been paying annual market data, but since you know what, you have not leveraged annual market data. Let market data that you have been paying annually work for you. And that is why the Data Lake Foundation is very instrumental and available on this solution going forward. Now, the quantum impact processor, like I speak the last time, is just about the orders. It could be very, very voluminous. It says the computational core beneath everything else is on this agenda. Real-time processing replaces overnight batch. You understand? Then a faster order to confirmation cycle for every client and all that. But then the bottom line is that it turns everything into a business matrix, and is able to get this done under split seconds. And you can even compare how long the old Integra was. It took the old Integra to do it, and you tell it how this processor has been able to do it under certain fewer minutes or something. Okay, then about the agentic AI that every licensed stockbroker is heading, the only question is who leads? The AI agent compliance ready client communication for human sign-off. That's why we've introduced a communication and digital marketing model. What does this do? Is to improve your relationship with customers. When you improve relationship with customers and you have something that works agentically with you, you realize that things are spotted. The only things you need to do is that before anything goes out of your business to the client or to the exchange or anywhere, you have to authorize them. So this is where regulation comes in, that you are actually compliance ready. Everything, though they are AI boosted, you are in the loop, because you need to see so many things to approve. Certain things will never happen without you. Even up to the month-end statement dispatch. somebody somewhere there still have to do an approval. If you do not approval and something has been scheduled, there's a time the thing is going to expire unless you reschedule them. So this is not to take you out of the loop. There must always be that you are in the business of that. Then about the closed instrument, I spoke about the pre-qualification. A part of your OMS should be able to give management the opportunity for you to pre-qualify your customers, because the exchange will actually fine you if you have your customers trade on closed instruments openly without you having to validate their access to such things. So these have been some of the rules that I'm sure the exchange has said he's also been communicating with brokers over. And more is on statements and valuation report auto dispatch. This will be scheduled, especially by end of months, valuations and everything. But like I said, dispatching out can be expired because we have not authorized the automatically scheduled. And that is the only thing that takes you out. The cycle closes, statement generated, and personalized dispatch because of your internal approval, which is what regulation wants. Now, the Quantum Central mobile app, like I shared the last time, is about your portfolio that is now speaking to the customer. The customer is able to, rather than talk to you every time, they have the power on their mobile phones, and they are from their portfolio, they have their statements, they have the market data, they have even recommendations where they subscribe for some of those additional services. And of course, this is just handy. And as you can see, the web application, the customer logs in there. What can he see? He knows his last balance. Yeah, he knows his last balance. Like this, my account somewhere, for instance, and I can see what is last and there and all of that. And I can do more. I can do more self-help investments, like I said. These customers are already wealthy. They're already having a lot of knowledge about the market and, of course, about their own portfolio. So it's not about the stockbroking of yesterday anymore. And for the mobile, you realize that the customization is so handy. We used to have like 4-6 weeks of preparation, but now this has reduced to almost 2 weeks from the point of commissioning. And you can actually, your customers can log in. When they log in, they can have their portfolio profile. They can have their portfolio valued screen. And of course, they have a place for trading. Very, very, very simple, straightforward. You can pick on a stock and trade them. These are mobile now, linking with your existing quantum, whatever from the back office, but somebody is downloading and trading. This is actually what anybody wants to see. Your statements in terms of, you can see your fund, you can see all your buys, you can see all your sales, you can see all other debits, and you can fund your account and continue with trading. And we have provided for Flutterwave implementation, Paystack implementation, and you can actually do interbank transfer to your own client's customer deposit account. And once they do, they send an evidence, and that's the only one that can take like 24, 48 hours for you to be able to credit, because somebody has to intervene to do that manually at the back office, particularly in the accounts. But for the Flutterwave and the Paystack, he pays right away. Once we get the notification that the Paystack gateway has said is successful, you don't have there's no conflict. You can credit and can keep trading. And it's so simple. Then the data lake is there with a lot of information about the current day's trading sessions, the current depth of the market, the news of the market, and so on. So the news of the market, and of course, the order book where things have been logged, the pending things, the things traded, and things that they have canceled. So the stock trading, stock model, the mobile app is actually an independent, but then a very available mobile app available on iOS and Android. And like I said, it now takes almost about 2 weeks, provided you have gotten your registration with the DUNS and getting your numbering and getting your account with the Play Store done. And those things are a lot quicker than the numerous weeks that we have done, because we are currently implementing live for Dumbbell Securities currently. Now, the bulk recommendation, market data analyze recommendations generated, and you have to approve what has been recommended, because those things don't just get over fixed. Once they are recommended, they'll get onto the OMS of the house. It must be that the valid licensed stockbroker of the firm will see your recommendation. So your recommendation does not ride straight into fix. It must be approved by the licensed broker of that firm. And this is actually the change and the caution sometimes regulators need to begin to see about some of these implementations of just any fintech application and all that. New order management, and you get to see that there's so much around the logic of your two-step authentication and authorization. And like in the mobile app, just as it is in the whatever anybody logs into your application, you can actually have a global multi-factor authentication via an email, via SMS or WhatsApp, and all these three factors are available whether from the web channel or from the mobile channel. And the data lake is purely about the entire data that links up with the entire compliance, the mobile, the cash flow, the statements, the OMS itself. And when I say the data lake, that is your real market data from the NGX. And that itself needs protection. It has a lot of discipline and is able to speak from the data in many ways. Okay, authorization layers tightened and end-to-end inflows, outflows, cross-this, and overdraft risk. Sometimes even you as MDs, you just call the accountant, please, can you let this account fly? 1 million, 2 million, but the man doesn't have an account, or perhaps even the position is in the red. You know that the accounts will not actually fly. But guess what? We want a face behind the risk. I'm not saying don't take a risk, but as an MD, you have a place to book the risk, and the accountsman can go and take the instruction, and the application will not stop him from doing so. But then, if we are just doing it outside where we can manage our risk, that is where you have exposed yourself unduly, and you perhaps do not want that to work for you. And that is the more reason why sometimes if we speak with junior staff people, they say, no, the MD asked me to do so. But guess what? If that the MD said it, must be that would have been best that the MD has put the risk even in the application so that the accountant can go to work. We realize that putting a face to the risk has been the problem of so many crises that we have had in the past. That we have this record in some years back of this institution, and this what this actually really cost was enormous. Now, also in the Knight Capital case, we also had that situation. This paper will be available for everybody, so that it's very clear that you must make sure if there's going to be any risk, I need to know the face behind the risk, and that's all. Now, regulators are already responding, but guess what? Are they doing all that is expected? We are also engaging to ensure that this is so that you can actually look beyond that the technology is doing this. But enough of the people, like I had a quantum shift conference recently at the Oriental Hotel, and luckily we had SEC. We had not SEC particularly, but NCC were actually available. As a regulator, they need to know the reason why. They need to be very involved to understanding why applications need to do certain things within the ecosystem that we find ourselves. The standard and the market should expect. What should the market expect? Regulators are already moving, that I'm sure. Clients are already expecting this. And of course, the early movers of what I'm talking about are those that will stand out. Now, for us, in our past, we've done quite a lot. I know, if you remember, in our foundation projects in the past, some of those young people that we used to train, whom we have done that for in Nigeria, in Ghana, and all of that, do you know that some of them are actually CEOs of stockbroking firms today? Some of them have moved from capital market to others, and we're happy that we've used our foundation to build that across the country. And here I have Olajide Phillips. That's the World Summit Award winner and representative for Nigeria this year, who was in Vienna just 2 months ago to get the award for Nigeria. And we have been refining all our technical support flow. What you see us do is that we operate a very straightforward technical support workflow. If this fails, then there's no other thing. And we've been refining and replugging this to these new changes, and we have never fallen foul of what we need to do with any client. And that's why you find us, we are not in court with any client for 30 years. Okay? And some of our efforts has been recognized in some of what we've done, as you can see in the Global Network of Integrated Community that was released by OCAM at the United Nations. You can see programmers from Africa for what we have done, and we give God the glory that we have those indelible impacts in there, and we're still doing it. And we've actually intervened in different places, at the University of Lagos, at universities generally, even as at the Institute of Information, as a fellow of that foundation. Anything artificial intelligence for me, which is an interest area for mentorship, I do this in many phases. We've actually done this across the University of Lagos with the Vice Chancellor there, and we just make sure to say that at this time it is a time to move, and not that we are just planning to move. So if I say you must be here, that is just where we must be. And it shouldn't just be about, thinking it must be peanuts, it must be peanuts. We have also shifted from that point. And I'm happy to say that Programmers currently, in the last 2-3 years, has been run by my son, Moses Oluwatowu. And of course, I've been supervising, and we've not had it any better than any better time, because Nigerian and its environment can be very, very tough. I think at this point, I say thank you so very much, and I'll just stop my presentation at this point. And your comments and words of support will be helpful. And my chairman, sir, thank you so very much once again. All right. Okay. So at this point, can I have your comments? Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I have a clear idea. I think these sessions are really helpful. The last time.
Yeah, we had one not too long ago. Yeah, we had one recently.
Not too long.
Yes. Yeah.
Where you showed the workings of the mobile app.
Exactly.
So I was really impressed because the mobile app does everything I think we want it to do.
That's right.
My question is just on the how customizable is the mobile app? What I mean by that is, I know we can probably change themes, maybe colors and few widgets here and there, but can we do like a deeper customization and introduce new sections, for example, that are not presently there? Like, let's say, wanted to introduce a banner here, a box there, things that are not presently captured within that design. Is that possible?
You see, because this is totally a product and proprietary product of programming software, there is just nothing that is not possible. And don't forget, like I said, the entire knowledge, the entire development. Before now, we've had quite a lot. When in employment, we've had quite a lot of past history. Don't forget that in the digital world, it's not very easy to employ any longer. We've had quite bitter. We really had it very bitter some years back. And as it were, in fact, we've had to even look up to sometimes even get some services from India, and only to sometimes realize that even India will not give me, because when I was pirated at the early time of my OMS development, we had to run back to the Indian company who taught us what to do on Fix. We paid for training, but they were learning development from the training they were giving us, because I had the content and capacity for development. So eventually, when we had that problem, we felt because they were training us, they should also be able to develop. They didn't give me what I wanted until it was my plan C that took me out of my crisis. That was the place, that was the time I had that crisis, that the police was involved. We got people arrested, but then the police that was supposed to give God justice actually were asking me what is the color of the software that they stole, as if I told them I lost a car. So at that point, yeah, this was life. I'm just telling you my story. And I'm just telling you my story. Wow. If I lost customers in the past, these were the conditions. And don't forget, for having put in so much to bring organizations like Stanbic Bank and IBTC together, by Accenture actually approved us to bring, and I did all of that, and I ended up losing them just because of that crisis. You get to know that it was really huge, and that if I did not stop the entire product line and get back to ground zero and come up with new innovation, new products, I would not have been able to protect myself. I would not have been able to protect my customers. And I was happy that as soon as the product got ready, majority of the customers who had left were already coming back, and that is the beauty of what you see today. They all came back to my plan C, and that is exactly where we are. And we have a generational, we now have a generational takeover. Somebody saying that for me to even be proud and say his son is running, it was actually because even that exercise affected my child in school in Cyprus years back. Yes, it took me almost 3.5 years to get back out of that crisis. And this is the Nigeria that I'm so proud of, and that is what we still do for our country. Wow. But then in terms of content, there's nothing you cannot get, because all these are ingenuity that is indigenous to the environment. So it's just for you to think it. Just think it.
Okay. Okay, I'll get back to you on that.
That's all right.
With something. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chair, sir. Mr. Chairman, are you still there, sir? Okay, I wanted to hear more from Mrs. Afolabi or any other person. Please just introduce yourself, your house. Okay, I can see NBC. Oh, Mr. Nejo, we can hear from you now, sir. Yes, Mr. Nejo, that was way back from Reims. Ah, you can unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for the honor, sir.
Amos.
Yes.
I'm indeed grateful. For me, I'm not asking any question, but just to comment what you have done so far. Seeing that what we started as child's play from the Reims family has grown to be what it is today. I'm indeed grateful, and I give glory to God for what you have done and what your team have done.
Thank you.
We really thank
God.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Thanks.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you. I appreciate it, sir. Right. Okay. So we take more comments. Mrs. Dada, I can always come back to you. I will always want to. Mrs. Dada, are you there? Okay. Please, any other house, you are free to make your comments. Hello, any other house, you're free to make your comments so we can take positions and have a wrap up.
I'll be glad to hear from Bolaji Afolabi.
Yeah, from day one, very early. Oh yeah, I have Mr. Alao. I have Mr. Alao Express Portfolio. Are you still in the market, sir? Because many of you are still in the market. We spoke not too long ago. Okay, I have NBC.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. We can hear. Yes, we can hear you, madam.
Sorry, I was driving.
Oh, apologies. Oh, madam, not too good to do.
Not too good to do. Very good work, yeah, please.
Thank you, madam.
Good work going on. God bless you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. Please, let's take other comments while. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Ni, how are you, sir?
Fine, sir. I'm Alao from Expert Portfolio Services Limited. We really commend your work, sir.
Thank you.
I think it's a job well done.
Thank you so very
much. And I believe we really enjoy it as we get more trained on it.
Yes.
So really commend you, sir. Well done, sir.
And please encourage that we have more people in the sessions tomorrow and next. And please ensure that people take up and actually are doing their bits. Us here is just to ensure we can respond to anything anybody asks, but obviously we can't enforce any operations in any house, or neither can we even do their work as it were. This is all that we expect from leadership. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Mr. Chairman, are you still there, sir? Let me just confirm so I can. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Do we have any other comments? Well, I've just left a message for Dr. Kwaranga now. And these contents will be available, and we'll also share it after the event. So I think at this point, so that I don't take too much of your time as we wrap up your market time, let me confirm. Okay, Mrs. Dada, Prominent Securities is no more there. And if Mr. Ken, can you please give us a closure on behalf of my chairman?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for the honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, everyone. I think, like Mr. Amos said, it's important that we're on the same page at all levels. So we appreciate him having today the session to brief us all. And I believe those of us who are here will be able to pass on what we have learned and then to help encourage others, because some people may be asking us later on how it went. You know where Nigeria is. Oh, how did it go? Even though they didn't attend. But we'll be gracious to not only let them know how it went, but to encourage Mr. Amos. He has done a wonderful job. And 30 years is not beans, as they say. It has been a wonderful period. We joined some time ago. And myself, I saw Mr. Amos a long time ago. So it's good to be able to catch up with him now.
Yours is over 25 years too.
Yeah, 25 years ago, and to congratulate him on a job well done. And those of us who we are definitely going ahead with it. I give you that commitment. There's no doubt about it. We are coming on board, and we will try to convince as many people as we can that this is the right time to make this move. So, on behalf of everyone, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so very much. And my special thanks to the President NGX, Dr. Alaji Kwaranga Umar. And I think, like I've always shared, he's always there for most of our events. I run quite a lot of these with institutions at the United Nations, and he's always, and is actually rated very highly, particularly for Nigeria, and on my UN World Summit Award programs. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And thanks for the participation. Thank you.